A man in Philippines encountered a bat which is as big as a human being. And this right here is the photograph that he had apparently taken. And just look at the size of this thing. And compare that with a motorcycle that's right in front of it. It's almost the size of the body of the motorcycle itself. Now, this photograph actually went viral in June of 2020, where scientists have now confirmed that this bat is indeed true. And the photograph that was taken is also real. And supposedly these bats are called as the vampire bats. Or in a more scientific term, it's known as the giant golden-crowned flying fox. Now, it's not called as a bat, they rather call it as a fox. Apparently, this man left his house for like a couple of years, and nobody was living in this house for many, many years. And one day he decides to, return back to his house and basically just reconstruct the whole place. And during June of 2020, this man decided to enter his house in Philippines, where he encountered a bat that appeared to be a man's size, and the image depicted a large bat that is hanging upside down from a structure, which led many to believe that it was as big as a human being. Now, supposedly, as far as what the scientists have done research, and they have now confirmed that the species is one of the largest bats that exist, which has a wingspan that can reach up to 5.5 feet, which comes approximately about 1.7 meters. We even have a couple of videos of this bat species, but it's not as big as the one that was spotted by this man in Philippines inside his house, which supposedly was just staying in there because the place was abandoned for like a very, very long time, and it seems like the bat just decided to make it its own home. And this is apparently what the other bats, which are pretty much the same species, kind of look like. Just take a look at this stuff.
Viral. The largest bat found in the Philippines is the giant golden-crowned flying fox.
That actually looks like a dog face.
It is considered one of the largest bat species in the world, with a wingspan that can reach up to 1.7 meters, 5.6 feet,
and the average size of male human being is supposedly 5 feet 7 inches. And this bat apparently seems like it is 5 feet 6 inches, which is pretty much the size of a male human being. That's literally one of the hugest bats that can ever exist.
And a weight of around 1.2 kilograms, 2.6 pounds.
It weighs very, very low, though.
These bats have a golden brown fur color and are known for their distinctive yellow or golden colored head crowns.
Wow.
The giant golden crowned flying fox is endemic to the Philippines and can be found in various regions, including Luzon, Mindoro, and the Visayas. It typically inhabits lowland forests and roosts in large colonies, often.
So they do actually live in the trees. Aren't they going to look like a massive angel that's just flying
in caves
around?
or tall trees. Despite their intimidating size, these bats are primarily frugivorous, meaning they feed on fruits and nectar. Giant golden-crowned flying fox is a critically endangered species due to habitat loss and hunting. Efforts are being made to protect their population and conserve their natural habitats to ensure their survival.
So it seems like, there were actually many bats that were sized as big as the human beings are, and they just went in danger because people back in those days, they used to hunt these animals down. That's really sad. At the same time, it just looks super scary, something that looks as intimidating as a bat that looks like a human size, because obviously, man, if you would ever just come across a bat that looks as big as a human being and that's just hanging around in your house that's upside down, and you look at this thing and you compare that with the bike that you have, and it's almost the size of your bike, could you bloody imagine how crazy that would actually look like? Look at this stuff. That's the size of a bike, and this bat literally compares to the size of the bike itself, and that's crazy. That's actually crazy. And it's been living there for years and years. And unfortunately, and a lot of people have been asking if the dude is alive. Yes, he is alive. And fortunately, these bats, they don't eat humans. They are strictly herbivores. So they only eat berries and fruits, and they don't really eat anything that's alive. So it's basically a vegetarian bat, and they're very friendly in nature as well. I don't think the bat would have attacked him either. It would have just loved being pet on. It seems like it was 5 feet 7 inches. That's really big. And if you're looking at it from far away and you just think that it's probably a demon or an angel that's flying off in the sky. Honestly, man, there are some very weird things that I think we humans still discover every single day. And there are a lot of different species that God has created. And unfortunately, it seems like they've gone And unfortunately, it seems like they've gone extinct. Who knows? Maybe the scientists could bring it back alive, maybe using the DNAs like they did with the dire wolf. You know, a couple of months ago, how they brought back the dire wolf using some of the DNAs of the gray wolf and, you know, mixing that up with some of the fossils of the dire wolf. And then they ended up creating this white wolf. And now we finally have something that kind of has a mixture of dire wolf and gray wolf. And this is the best dire wolf they could create. So maybe they could do something like that, bring back some of these massive human-sized bats. And since they're not going to be eating humans, which means that they are really not much harm to us humans. But at the same time, it's going to be really cool to see some of these massive bats. And a lot of people call these as the Dracula, and a lot of people call this particular species as the vampire bat. Because, you know, when it comes to vampires, you know, there's always this fantasy where vampires could turn into bats. Dracula movie stated, as the Dracula movie stated, that he could turn into a bat, you know. So these are like the things that people usually imagine, and that's the reason that this bat actually got the name as the vampire bat. Now, this does not mean that it's going to suck your blood, but at the same time, we never know. Things could go bad. We never know when it could turn into a carnivore. So it's better you don't piss off this guy, because you're now fighting against someone that's of your own size. So honestly, let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think about this new discovery that we humans have made? And every day it just seems like we humans always try to discover something new and something crazy that happens all around the world. So I would love to hear your opinions down below in the comments. And with that said, this was a very interesting video that I really wanted to go ahead and make, because I just came across this news and I was just mind blown by what I just got to see, and I really thought to go ahead and share this with you guys on the channel, because I know that you guys just love to hear some very bizarre things that's going around the world, and I'm always here to keep you updated with all of these crazy things that happens around the world that usually no other channel covers. So this is your all-time entertainment, which has all kinds of weird content mixed in, and you guys are definitely going to love it. So make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on, and please don't forget to drop a like and comment down below, because the algorithm picks that up and, you know, it just pushes out the video to more people. So it's really going to help a lot. So your support is really going to be helpful. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.